Hey, everybody, this is Boot Shambi. Welcome to the show.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Miami Marlins earned the three-game series sweep as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 5-0. Thairo Estrada picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame. Hello there, baseball fans, and welcome to a Mother's Day edition of Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Tampa Bay Rays knocked out 10 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 6-4. In other Nationals news, shortstop C.J. Abrams has been placed on the 10-day IL according to team reports. He has a broken ankle. The Cubs launched 3 home runs as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 8-4. JT Realmuto was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits, leading Philadelphia to victory over the Marlins 14-6. The Diamondbacks tallied 5 home runs overall as they manhandled the Mets 11-4. Spencer Turnbull earned the win, his 4th this season, as the Tigers were victorious over the Reds 6-5. The Rockies combined to allow only 4 hits as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 1-0. Danny Duffy grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, helping the Padres get the win over the Giants 4-2. Blake Snell was victorious for the 5th time this season, leading the Bo Sox to the win over the rival Yankees 2-0. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The O's got 12 hits in this one as they sank the visiting Buccos 6-2. The Brew Crew got 11 hits overall as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 7-2. The Astros racked up 11 hits as a team as they got the extra innings win over the White Sox 6-5. Michael Lorenzen won his 4th game thus far as the Guardians defeated the A's 7-1. The Cardinals went deep 4 times as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 9-3. The Rangers smacked 15 team hits as they pulverized the Twins 11-5. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Mariners 8-3. So that's the show on this Mother's Day. Have a great day with Mom, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more news and results from around baseball. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Nats only allowed 2 hits in the game as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 6-0. At the start of the day, the Rays are in 3rd place in the AL East, while the Nationals are in last place in the NL East. The Braves combined to give up just 5 hits as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 4-1. Heading into the day, the Braves are in 1st place in the NL East, and the Cubs sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division. The Philadelphia Phillies put together 10 total hits as they were victorious in extra innings over the Marlins 4-3. As of today, the Phillies are in 3rd place in the NL East, and the Marlins are 4th in the division. The Mets sent 3 balls into the seats as they got a road win against Arizona 10-2. Entering the day's action, the Diamondbacks sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division, and the Mets are in 2nd place in the NL East. The Tigers finished off a 3-game sweep as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 7-5. In the standings, the Reds sit in last place in the National League Central Division, while the Tigers sit in 1st place in the American League Central Division. German Marquez earned the win, his 4th this season, as Colorado got the best of the Dodgers 4-1. He is among the leaders in complete games pitched in the NL. As of right now, the Rockies are in 2nd place in the NL West, while the Dodgers are atop the division. Joe Musgrove collected win number 3 this year, helping the Padres get the win over the Giants 5-3. He currently has the most shutouts among pitchers in the National League. As of today, the Giants sit in last place in the Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals totaled 11 hits as they nabbed the win against the Mariners 3-0. In other news from Washington, D.C., center fielder number 7 is listed as day-to-day but is not expected to see any time on the IL. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. The Philadelphia Phillies totaled 13 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-3. The Marlins hit 3 long balls as they defeated the visiting Yankees 7-2. The San Diego Padres earned the 3-game series sweep as they got the best of the visiting Mets 13-5. They now have 5 straight wins. Johan Oviedo earned the 3rd W of his season as the Buccos took down the Reds 3-2. Kyle Hendricks pitched his way to his 100th career victory as the Cubbies got the best of the Diamondbacks 6-1. Randy Dobnak got win number 1 on the year as the Rockies bested the Royals 3-2. The Dodgers knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Tigers 5-1. The Boston Red Sox amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 7-6. The Houston Astros held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals combined for a 4-hitter as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 3-2. It was their 5th straight victory. In other Nationals news, center fielder number 7 is currently listed as day-to-day. He's working through a finger strain. The Miami Marlins knocked out 10. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the A's combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 4-3. The White Sox starting pitcher, number 65, grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, as the White Sox nabbed the win against Miami 6-2. The New York Mets got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-1. The Phils launched 3 home runs as they took down the visiting Guardians 11-8. Jake Cronenworth dominated at the dish with 2 long balls and 6 RBIs as the Friars beat Atlanta 10-1. He is among the NL leaders in on-base percentage. Adrian Sampson grabbed his 4th victory out of the pen, leading the Cubs to a win over the Red Sox 5-3. The San Francisco Giants allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 2-0. Brian Reynolds drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs as the Pirates downed the Rockies 10-5. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Chris Taylor launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total as the Dodgers disposed of the Orioles 8-3. The Blue Jays Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Colorado Rockies Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Looking first at the NL East, Colton Wong had a big fly with 5 driven in, helping the Rockies beat the Nationals 9-5. He extended his hitting streak to a modest 6 straight games. The Giants sent 3 balls into the It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Brandon Nimmo grabbed 3 runs driven in, leading the Mets past the Nationals 3-2. Welcome, everyone, to this Memorial Day edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, Justin Verlander got the W and now has 5 this year, leading the Mets past the Nationals 5-1. He currently owns the lowest ERA in the National League among qualified pitchers. Heading into the day, the Nationals sit in last place in the National League East, while the Mets are second in the division. The Phillies picked up 14 hits in total as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 8-3. At the start of the day, the Tigers are in first place in the AL Central, while the Phillies sit in second place in the National League East division. The Atlanta Braves grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 5-0. Entering the day's action, the Astros sit in second place in the American League West, while the Braves sit atop the NL East. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco, 6-2. Kyle Wright got his 3rd win this season as the Braves pushed past the Angels, 4-2. Manuel Margot was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs as the Rays pushed past the Marlins, 6-4. His modest hitting streak now stands at 9 straight games. The Philadelphia Phillies had 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 6-5. The Cincinnati Reds combined to allow only 4 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field, 1-0. The Brew Crew combined to give up just 5 hits as they sank the visiting Buccos, 1-0. The Rockies combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Red Sox, 2-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers knocked out 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds, 6-2. The Toronto Blue Jays pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park, 2-0. The Baltimore Orioles held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they defeated the visiting Yankees, 2-0. The Detroit Tigers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks, 1-0. The Chicago White Sox put together 10 total hits as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium, 8-4. Trevor Stephan collected win number 3 this year, helping the Guardians to the W over the Twins, 4-3. The Oakland Athletics put up 16 hits on the day as they sank the Mariners, 12-5. The Texas Rangers combined for a 4-hitter as they stole the victory in extra innings over the Astros, 3-2. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals put up 16 hits on the day as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco, 8-5. The Braves racked up 11 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Angels, 6-1. The Marlins got 18 hits as they beat the visiting Rays, 11-0. The Phillies starting pitcher, number 76, won his fourth game thus far, leading the Fightin' Phils over the Mets 1-0. The Chicago Cubs got 12 hits in this one as they ran over the Reds 8-1. The Brewers relief pitcher, number 29, earned his fourth win out of the bullpen, leading the Brewers to victory over the Pirates 3-2. The Red Sox totaled 13 hits as a team as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 5-3. The St. Louis Cardinals swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 7-2. The Padres totaled 11 hits as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 3-1. The Orioles combined to allow only 4 hits as they defeated the visiting Yankees 7-2. Eduardo Rodriguez earned the third W of his season as the Tigers took care of the Diamondbacks 3-1. Carlos Hernandez earned his first victory of the season as Kansas City disposed of the Chi Sox 1-0. The Twins allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the visiting Guardians 3-2. The Seattle Mariners combined to give up just 5 hits as they went home with a walk-off against the Athletics 3-2. The Houston Astros knocked out 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 5-2. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Kyle Gibson grabbed his second win of the year as the Giants grabbed one from the Nationals 5-3. In the standings, the Giants are in last place in the NL West, and the Nationals are in last place in the NL East. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Looking first at the NL East, the Phillies had 12 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 5-2. The Minnesota Twins combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Braves 2-1. Keston Hiura grabbed 3 base knocks as the Rockies downed the Mets 4-3. The Brewers pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they walked off to an extra inning win against the Marlins 2-1. Griffin Canning earned the win, his 4th this season, helping lead the Angels to the victory over Cincinnati 3-2. The Pirates allowed only 5 hits in the game as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 3-2. The Dodgers put together 10 total hits as they got a road win against Arizona 5-4. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Friars sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 4-2. The Yankees knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Mariners 7-4. The Tampa Bay Rays allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 6-1. The Blue Jays knocked out 10 hits as a team as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 8-2. They now have 5 straight wins. Ramon Urias drove in 3 as the Orioles took down the Red Sox 7-3. The White Sox got 12 hits in this one as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 8-6. The San Francisco Giants hit 3 long balls as they pounded the Guardians 7-1. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the Nationals in Washington 2-1. Austin Riley drove home 3 runs as the Braves got a win over the Twins 6-3. The Colorado Rockies amassed 14 hits in the game as they manhandled the Mets 12-5. The Milwaukee Brewers combined to give up just 5 hits as they beat the visiting Marlins 1-0. The Reds snapped their 7-game losing streak as they defeated the visiting Angels 7-3. Adrian Sampson pitched well, earning his 9th win of the season, leading the Cubbies to a win over the Pirates 6-5. He currently has the most wins in the National League. Kyle Nelson got his 3rd win this season as the Diamondbacks got the victory against the Dodgers 3-2. Nolan Arenado plated 3 runs on the day as the Cardinals took one from the Padres 5-3. The Mariners combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 4-2. Shane McClanahan Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting off in the National League East, the Arizona Diamondbacks had 12 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 6-2. The Mets put together 10 total hits as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 3-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates put up 16 hits on the day as they took down the Fish in Miami 9-1. The Atlanta Braves smacked 15 team hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 9-1. The Cincinnati Reds tallied 5 home runs overall as they got the best of the Brewers at home 6-4. It was their 5th straight victory. The Cardinals allowed only 5 A very happy Father's Day to all you dads out there from us at Inside the Show. Here's what happened around the league on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, Mackenzie Gore collected win number 3 this year as the Nationals pushed past the Diamondbacks 3-0. Jaime Barria got his 7th win out of the bullpen. Hello there, baseball. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Looking first at the NL East, the New York Mets swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Nats 7-4. In other Nationals news, catcher Keibert Ruiz will be out of action for the next couple of days. He's working through tightness in his forearm. The Miami Marlins launched 3 home runs as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 8-1. Manuel Margot had a big day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3, leading the way for Tampa Bay over Atlanta 8-7. The Pirates knocked out 10 hits as a team as they knocked out the Fightin' Phils 9-1. The Diamondbacks smacked 15 team hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 5-2. The Reds knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Giants 7-2. Freddie Peralta was victorious for the 5th time this season, helping the Brewers down the Cardinals 2-0. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. Mookie Betts was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits, as the Dodgers were winners over the Padres 10-2. The New York Yankees picked up 14 hits in total as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 8-5. The Boston Red Sox sent 3 balls into the seats as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 8-5. The Chi Sox pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they defeated the visiting Angels 6-1. The Cleveland Guardians got 11 hits overall as they defeated the visiting Tigers 7-5. The Baltimore Orioles got 12 hits in this one as they dethroned the Royals 11-2. The Seattle Mariners racked up 11 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 3-0. The Astros combined for 4 total home runs as they bested the visiting Rockies 9-7. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, Justin Steele got the win, his sixth so far this year, as the Cubs defeated the Nats 5-4. The Brewers totaled 11 hits as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-5. Dylan Floro had his first victory of the year, leading Miami past the Mets 3-1. The Phillies totaled 13 hits as a team as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 8-4. Nolan Arenado added 3 RBIs to his total, helping the Cards pass the Buccos 4-2. The Houston Astros combined for 10 hits as a team as they got a road win against Arizona 5-2. The Rangers allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 4-2. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Tyler Matzik Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Royals put together 10 total hits as they took down the Nationals in Washington 1-0. The A's knocked out 10 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 7-5. They had previously lost 11 in a row. Luis Arias grabbed 3 runs driven in, helping lead the Marlins to a win over Cincinnati 6-5. He has now hit safely in It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Braves 9-4. The San Diego Padres amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Fish in Miami 6-5. The Philadelphia Phillies combined for 10 hits as a team as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 5-2. The Cubs had 12 hits as a team as they walked off in dramatic fashion against the Boys in Blue 5-4. The Milwaukee Brewers held their opponent to just 2 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 1-0. Johan Oviedo collected his 5th win in relief, leading the Pirates to victory against the Red Sox 3-2. Michael Kopech earned win number 7 this season as the White Sox took down the Cardinals 2-1. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Michael Chavis had a home run and 3 RBIs, helping the Nats down the Braves 6-3. He is among the NL leaders in triples. Heading into the day, the Nationals sit in last place in the National League East, and the Braves are atop the division. The Padres finished off a 3-game sweep as they manhandled the Marlins 12-4. The win was their 5th straight as a team. As of today, the Marlins are in 4th place in the NL East, and the Padres sit in 4th place in the National League West. The Phillies earned the 3-game series sweep as they manhandled the Mets 8-2. As of right now, the Mets sit in 3rd place in the National League East division, and the Phillies are 2nd in the division. The Los Angeles Dodgers combined to give up just 5 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 3-0. At the start of Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Starting off in the National League East, the White Sox starting pitcher, number 80, collected his first ever W at the big league level as the White Sox defeated the Nationals 3-1. Clay Holmes The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Erasmo Ramirez got his 3rd win this season, helping the Nats get past the Yankees 5-4. The Braves put up 16 hits on the day as they got the best of the visiting Mets 7-3. They now have 5 straight wins. The Philadelphia Phillies put up 16 hits on the day as they took down the visiting Mariners 9-7. Dustin May got the W and now has 5 this year as the Boys in Blue took care of the Marlins 3-1. The Chicago Cubs swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 8-1. It was their 5th straight victory. Jeremy Pena was a triple away of completing the cycle as the Astros toppled the Rockies 6-4. The Arizona Diamondbacks put together 10 total hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 7-2. The Brewers totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 8-4. The St. Louis Cardinals halted their 6-game losing streak as they got the victory in extra innings over the Red Sox 6-3. The Orioles launched 3 home runs as they defeated the visiting Angels 7-5. Jordan Montgomery grabbed win number 6 on the year, leading the White Sox to victory against Detroit 6-5. The Rays hit 3 long balls as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 9-1. The Toronto Blue Jays put up 16 hits on the day as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 7-3. Harrison Bader had 3 hits on the day as the Twins pushed past the Pirates 3-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in triples. Dane Dunning grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, as Texas got the victory over Oakland.